Hello everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who Big Finish review, or should I say Torchwood in this case, as we're taking a look at a Torchwood release, Art Decadence, release number 85 in the Torchwood monthly series. So I thought I'd do a quick fire review on this release, with the most recent series name-dropping the Mara becoming the god of beasts in the Pantheon. Rather fittingly, Big Finish have released Art Decadence featuring the Mara. I believe that this is the second time Big Finish have used the Mara, the first being Cradle of the Snake, written by Mark Platt in 2010. So I guess it's about time that the Mara showed itself again. So in a way, this almost feels like the Mara's debut, and what fascinated me was with the Mara being so intrinsically linked with the Fifth Doctor era, how would it shake off those shackles, not being confined to the safety of Doctor Who? But putting a Doctor Who monster in a tortured story, we can really explore the true horror of a monster. For example, my favourite Torchwood monthly range story is Night of the Fendal, what puts the Fendal front and centre, showing the true fear factor in a very messed up story. That's definitely one not for young kids to listen to. So does Art Decadence do the same for the Mara? To an extent, yes, but let's talk about the plot. Set in the Roaring Twenties, this story being the Torchwood equivalent of Jeeves and Wooster. We follow the characters of Sir Reggie, who's a bit of an idiot, and his butler Forrester, who is a wonderful, complex character, but more on him later. We see them thwarting alien threats in the 1920s, dealing with the Cernak's nest, to the almost destruction of Surrey. I know, Surrey. Crazy times, man. And burying Sontaran scouts, so standard Torchwood affair. Meanwhile, we have the rise of this mysterious Serpentine Club, which is all the new rage. And what I love about this story is we don't get a traditional story investigating the Serpentine Club. Oh no, it's the Mara behind it. Well, looks like we've got to deal with Big Snake. I love how the club itself is very much in the background, but the heart of the story is the kitchen sink drama between the characters, the love, the identity, the shifts of the power dynamics between Reggie and Forrester, allowing the Mara to sliver in and wrap around the heart of the story. The standout character is Forrester, who has such depth, with him being this quite oppressed character, with him being a war veteran, fearful of the outbreak of another war, and the Mara being a creature that feeds on chaos. And if you know your history, things are going to get very turbulent. So the Mara is going to be eating very good as the Mara mirror society and how the Mara gets its foothold in the world. The scenes between the Mara and Forster are so chilling, how the Mara toys with him and his suppressed emotions. It is just really brilliant stuff. And yeah, we'll get on to the Mara itself. And I think the story handles the Mara so well. The dialogue it has is superb. You know, the weak always fall in line. And it portrays the idea of the Mara so well, with it being based on sort of original sin. And this story definitely explores sort of lust in a way, and temptation. But this sort of moves past that sort of an original idea, sort of the biblical sense of it. You know, we actually hear what the Mara wants and how the Mara operates on a day-to-day basis, why it's starting to protect the Earth, and it gives the Mara an almost a sort of a jealousy, and a jealousy that works in humanity's favor, as it loves chaos, but you love owning something more than the chaos. So this story really elevates the Mara and does something very different from the traditional sort of possession and sort of surrealist dream moments. And this story does have that, but it shows much more layers to the Mara, how it sort of mirrored between sort of the mirror world and the dream realm. I think that's a really nice idea, what's explored within it. So this feels very much like a fresh take on the Mara, which is what you want. Not a reinvention, but explore how multifaceted the Mara actually is. The ending itself definitely feels like it's setting up further Reggie and Forster stories, but time will tell if we get any more of those, because we haven't heard any more from Torchwood's 1970s sort of range, I guess, with Double. What had Louise Jameson playing Roberta in, but I guess we'll have to wait and see in the future. But this is an interesting little divergence from your traditional Torchwood. So what are my overall thoughts on Art Decadence? Well, I really enjoyed it. Not the story I expected, but wow. The character journeys, the themes that are explored are great. The backdrop of the 1920s allows for some light moments that really help anchor the story, which sets up the relationship between our two leads, allowing the Mara to enter and feed off that chaos. And quite possibly, this could be the best story to explore the Mara as a concept. This story is so rich, and I think that's the best way to describe the story. It's just incredibly rich how the Mara can affect human drama and how chaotic humans can be, and exploring the darker sides of the human psyche. It's just very rich, like I say, and I think the themes are what really elevate it, and how the Mara just sort of wraps around that theme and just explores it. Yeah, I like it, but it's not your traditional story we expect, but it's your traditional tortured story. We're going to investigate this mysterious club. It's very, I guess that's more Doctor Who in a way, that sort of traditional investigating side. But this is doing something very different. Like I say, it's setting up a new torture team, and I think that this is a real solid foundation, and I'm very curious to see where we can take these two characters, because I think they've been left off in a very interesting place. So I guess time will tell to see how we build on that story with Reggie and Forster, really. So yeah, that has been my review of Art Decadence. If I was to give it a rating out of 10, I would give it 8 snake tattoos out of 10. I think that it's a really solid tortured story. I'm not a person who picks up the tortured stuff, and this one definitely piqued up. It's definitely piqued my interest, and I'm glad I picked it up. So that has been my quickfire review on Art Decadence. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe for plenty more Big Finish related content coming up in the near future. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.